So we're back to talking about full-size helmets. The big question this time, however, is going to be, is this just an underwhelming repaint, or is this helmet a must-have? We're going to find out today. Let's get into this. All right, welcome to another episode of Paul's Collectibles. It's good to have you. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about another full-size helmet. This time it's going to be the Hasbro Black Series Axe Woves helmet. Now, if you're asking yourself, Paul, what the heck is an Axe Wolf? Well, you could be forgiven for asking that question and not knowing who that is. You see, this guy showed up in the second season of the Disney Plus streaming series, The Mandalorian, and was one of Bo Katan's Mandalorian backups. And they didn't even give him a name in that season. The only reason we even knew who he was later is because we got an action figure. And Bo Katan actress Katie Sackhoff has even gone on record saying that this character was supposed to be dead by the end of second season, and that's why he didn't show up in some of the finale scenes that we saw on the Imperial's transport troop. Then, the third season of The Mandalorian came out, and they kind of went in a different direction as far as the tone of the series, and a lot of people kind of lost interest. This guy showed up, and he had a very large role comparatively, but there were just so many antagonists and protagonists and cameos in this season, and like I said, it was a little different watch, that he's actually kind of forgettable in the grand scheme of things. So consequently, maybe not a lot of people know who he is. And on top of all of that, this helmet is one of a long line of recent repaints that we've been getting of that original Boba Fett helmet. And I'm worried that this is just going to be another one of those in a slightly different color. Maybe we'll get surprised and it'll be something to get excited about, but I have a sneaking suspicion this one might be the quote-unquote peg warmer, or one that you display only if you feel like it and you have the extra space. But regardless, let's get this thing in front of some lights, take a look at it, and see what I'll be adding to my helmet collection today. Okay, so here's the box it comes in. It's the standard 5-sided box they've been using. You've got the helmet and some schematics on this side. Another picture of the helmet on that side. That Black Series insert they seem to use a lot. Yet another picture of the helmet. And this picture of the helmet shows the visor and how it works. I don't put the batteries in these, but you put a battery in there and it lights up and does some other cute stuff. Let's get this thing out and take a look at it. Okay, there it is out of the box. The biggest change you'll notice right off the bat is that this one only comes in 2 pieces instead of 3. Normally this piece down here is separate as well. This one comes off, that's where the batteries go, but it's already attached. It's not in a separate bag. Okay, and there's the helmet assembled. It's really easy. That piece just snaps on, and this piece just snaps on as well. And when you push that down, the viewfinder comes down, and if you have batteries in there, this will light up, and this comes off and shows you some, like a heads-up display and everything like that in there. I don't mess with that. It is good to see that they still have this so it doesn't bounce when it hits the bottom like that. Well, I guess it kind of does. It didn't a second ago. Yeah, anyway, it's bouncing. Regardless, you're not going to be messing with that too much, hopefully, anyway. Now, the very first thing I can tell you about this helmet is this is obviously another repaint of the original Boba Fett helmet that we got. And I can tell you how I can tell, because right in here, you can see the weathering from the original red. As a matter of fact, it's raised, and when you run your finger over it, you can actually feel it. So yeah, is it just a repaint? Yeah. If you're a completionist or you're really into Mandalorian helmets, this will still be something you'll want to get. Otherwise, if you have a couple of other Mandalorian helmets, as you can see, there's not much of a change. I mean, the visor's still that same standard, classic, good visor. They have some other type of weathering in here where you can see, and the biggest distinct thing about this guy is this gray circle that he has painted around the crown of the helmet. And as you come around, you can see this is more of a blue. We got like a purplish stone color when we got the, I think they were called the Night Wolves or something like that, helmet, and I have that one in my collection as well. But this one, like I said, much more blue. This has the dirt weathering plus obviously the dings where he's been bumped into or shot at or hit with rocks or something. And it's just pretty much the same color blue all the way over. As you go through the light, you can see the blue changes color a little bit, but that same Boba Fett weathering that we've been getting on all these helmets since they released that one is exactly what you're going to get from this one. So once again, it's a good looking helmet if you collect Mandalorian helmets or you're into those kind of things. you'll be happy with this one. But if you're looking for something that's a wild departure from the Mandalorian helmets that we've been getting to this point, this one will disappoint you a little, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm pretty sure this one's probably just gonna go right back in the box and not be displayed, considering I'm running out of room. The other thing that's different about this is neither of the triangles on the front here are painted. Let's take a quick look at the inside and see if they're still doing that one like they have been. And as you can see, yeah, they're still putting the pads in there and the fake electronics and what appears to be fake headphones and things like that. So at least they're still doing that. And it has the nicer head rig as well. So it's adjustable and it's got that soft pad on top. But yeah, nothing super spectacular. So overall, in closing, it's not a bad helmet, but if you don't absolutely need every Black Series helmet that comes out, or you're not a huge Mandalorian fan, you might be able to pass on this one. And finally, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, maybe consider doing that. It's a great way to support my efforts here at Paul's Collectibles. And if you're already a subscriber or someone who's been watching my videos for a really long time, you know I greatly appreciate it. But with that, I'll see you on the next video.